A lot of times, a lot of my friends, like past schoolmates, that call me up and they say, Kayon, what do you think? Is it worth it? Like, you know, the real question is, like, they're asking me basically, if you could change everything, would you move back home? And I won't lie, honestly, if I would have told you. That's one thing about me. Me not save no face, none. I'm going to tell you as is. What's your why? Is it just for making more money? Because if that's the only reason, then sure, you can come, but don't let that be your only reason, because you can be making money and still be miserable. You see, peace and happiness is something that you have to have within. Yeah, you have to have that within. But you can still be making a lot more money and still be miserable. So you can't let that be your only reason or your only driving force. But the thing is, if you ask me, am I making more money? Yes, I'm making more money. Are my expenses higher? Yes, my expenses are higher than when I was in Jamaica. So then the next question a smart person would ask, does that really mean that you're making more money? Yes, I am still making more money, because even after paying all these higher expenses, I still have more disposable income. And that make it worth it for me. That's one thing that make it worth it for me. But the fact that even after I pay all the expenses I want and the bills, I still have more disposable. And not only that, but if I want to take on a second job, I have all the time I want in the world to go take on that second job. It's so much more flexible here, because as an engineer, you would think, okay, I have to work Monday to Fridays. But there are alternatives where you can actually negotiate a flexible schedule with your employer, and that gives you more opportunity, more options to work more and to gain more. Currently, I'm only doing one job though, because I don't need to take on another one, but the opportunity is there, and I don't want to be lazy and not do it. Eventually I will, but YouTube is like a job in itself. It is. That's one. Have I lost more than I've gained? No, I haven't lost more than I've gained, because the truth is, yes, when I was in Jamaica, both me and my partner, we were driving, but now we choose not to. The fact is, if you have a goal and you want it, you can get it. Let me give you an example. I have friends doing caregiving job, and they've been making $6,000 easily at one time, and that's caregiving. That's like, I think caregiving pays for some people like $20-$25, some people $21. But my point is, that's caregiving. Right? Anything you want in this country, not saying it's easy, but if you get in and you work for it, you will get it. What is your why? This was why I moved. This was why I wanted more. This is my why. But if your why is not similar to mine, or you don't want the same things, I can just tell you what I know about Canada, and you can do your own evaluation to see if it will be worth it for you, because everybody is different. For my husband, it's not the money for him. For him, it's more of safety, quality of life, the simplicity of life, the opportunities, things like that. But for me, baby, I'm all about the money. I'm all about the money. I'm kidding. But I do love the money. I do. It's not my main driving force, but it is definitely something that matters to me. Basically, people will tell you, oh, you don't want to move to a first world country because bills are so expensive and you feel like you're working to pay bills. Some people are, honestly, some people are, and that's because of the decisions that you probably make. And that's why I say to you, be careful of your decisions that you make here, especially when you're starting over new, because they will follow you and they can affect your credit, and credit is important in this country. But when you come here with a plan and your head is on your body and you know what you want, you can make wise decisions, especially when you learn from others. and the mistakes they've made along the way. It's important that we learn from others because that's how we're going to grow. It's okay to learn from others. So for me, for us, my husband and I, we are better off financially, but also with other things too, like quality of life. We are better off. The simplicity of life, we are better off. Because I remember I bought a car, guys, and I sold it. Like, I sold it because it's so easy. Like, anywhere you're going, literally, you can take the bus or you can call an Uber. That's it. That's better quality of life for me. I don't have to drive myself everywhere. Healthcare is free. It's those things, those other things, like, it really make it worth it when you put everything together. Your safety, your quality of life, the income that you make, and the fact that if you're driven by money like myself, or if money is a big factor for you feeling like you're getting more and achieving your goals, it is for me, you're going to get another job. I haven't gotten a second job as yet, but eventually I'm going to want to branch off to get something else, to get another job, because hey, I can make it rain. But yeah, but you have to be smart. There are many people who come to first world countries and they make mistakes, and those mistakes cost them a lot. So then they end up living paycheck to paycheck, and then they end up struggling. Nothing is wrong with struggling. Nothing is wrong with coming here and struggling first to get to where you want. But like, you have to plan wisely and have a timeline, like a length, how long you're going to be struggling for. Why are you struggling? What are you sacrificing? Why are you making this sacrifice, right? Because you have an end goal. So know your end goals and be aware of them. I hear people say, oh, I don't want to move to a new country, I don't want to start over because it's too hard. Like, nothing that comes good is going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. Remember my struggle. I was the same girl a couple months back. I was quitting, leaving jobs, not getting good jobs. Like, I was doing minimum wage jobs. Like, I changed probably 3 or 4 jobs because it was hard. It was really, really rough, right? But that was my struggling. That was my phase of struggling, and I did it. And I came here, and I tell you my process, how it was hard, right? And if tomorrow or something should happen, God forbids, right, and I need to take on another job and I need to do one of those jobs, I now know which one of those jobs I would prefer to do with the blink of an eye. I know, because I've gone through those types of jobs, so I know which one I would really prefer doing, right? So that's things that you need to be aware of. When you leave your home country and you move to another country, for me, I still have credit in Jamaica. I still keep my credit card from Jamaica. I still maintain a line of credit, because if tomorrow morning I feel like, okay, I want to go invest, I want to go buy a house in Jamaica, I can, without it affecting my credit here. I also have credit here, so I can buy a property here. I still have access to my NHD back home. I can buy something in Jamaica. You know, the credit that it opens you up to, it's mind-boggling. Also, the amount, when like I check, like when it comes to housing, like if you're buying a mortgage or you're buying a property, the amount that they will give us now currently, right, it's a lot. And then when I calculate it in Jamaican dollars, because I still take my calculator and, you know, put it in and check the Jamaican equivalent, I'm like, oh my God. Never in my lifetime in Jamaica I would be able to buy properties of that value. That's like, if I was living in Jamaica, that's like the 1%. That's like the wealthy of the wealthy, because you have to bear in mind the houses here that where I am at are selling for like $1 million plus, right? And once you're earning good, you will get that credit. You will get the credit that you need, and you have to maintain your credit. You gotta keep a good credit score, so you need to pay all your bills on time. But the fact of the matter is, credit can make you or break you, and you have to use it wisely. And if I was back home in Jamaica, I would not have that. And that was one of the reasons too why I came to Canada, using credit to get wealthy. Don't use your money, use the bank's money, right? And being here as a permanent resident, that opens up the opportunity for me to do so. And if I should decide to move to another country, then yeah, that's credit again. So you gotta know what you want, and you have to use the system to get you to where you need to get to. If you ask me if it's worth it for me, yes, because all the things I want, all the things I envision, and way more, God keeps on blessing me. Like I'd be like, God, blow my mind, and he's like, I'm about to do it. He's doing it, right? So you have to be open to struggling. You gotta be open to taking the journey, taking the risks, having faith. Because I know persons who are in Jamaica right now, they're not even making $100,000 a month. They are probably making not enough money. And maybe when you look at your pathway to come into Canada, you can't afford it. But there are other ways. Look into the other ways, like the visa to work pathway. Look what applies to you and try to find your way. If that doesn't apply to you, look into a farm work program. That's another way. But even when you come here that way, you have to see how you're going to be eligible for express entry and then all of that. And you gotta find your way. You have to be prepared, whether you're at the level where you're at a professional level, or you're at the level where you're just making a little over minimum wage in Jamaica or in your home country. There's a pathway for everyone. For each person, it's different. It's not an easy journey. Everybody has their own different struggles and their own different levels at life. Some people just in a bigger rat race, some people in a little rat race. It's like you think about going to the gym. You don't want to, but you know when you don't go to the gym, you're going to regret it. And you know that after you've been to the gym, put in that work, you never say you regret it, because you're like, oh, I'm so glad I did it. That's how I feel. Every day I look at it, I remember when I was going through my struggles, I like, damn it, like I can't bother. But I keep on saying, I'm so glad I did it. I know why I'm doing this. Even when I'm going through my little struggles now, here and then, there are things that happen in my life. My life ain't perfect, but I be like, God, I'm glad I'm doing this. I say I'm grateful for this. I am happy for this, because you have to learn to be grateful for the things you do have now, so that when you get the bigger things, you can give God more praises and glory and be even more grateful for the bigger things. But if you're not grateful for the little things that you do have now, or the struggle, or how you might have to face the journey, how are you going to be grateful for the end, the bigger things that you do want? So you can do it. I'm telling you, what you have now, you might have that nice apartment, that nice townhouse back in Jamaica, or that nice property, or that 2 properties in Jamaica. Yes, I'm talking to you, and you feel like, oh, I'm good, I'm comfortable. I'm telling you, if you're good and you're comfortable, nothing is wrong with that. You're okay. But if it's in your mind and you're wondering, should I? Yes, you should, because you can have so much more than just that. You can have so much more than just that. The world is your oyster. Don't be afraid to paint. Don't be afraid to step out and do whatever you want. There's so much more beyond fear. I feel like fear grip a lot of persons why they don't make this choice, because it's not easy. It is not. I always say that. It is not. Everybody's journey is different. But if you plan wisely, it can almost be as smooth and easy, right? But you gotta plan, and you gotta take that first step of faith. Money or no money, but you have to plan. You gotta have a good plan, and you gotta take the step of faith. I hope this helps you. You can do it. All the best to you on your journey, and I wish you nothing but love, success, and everything your heart desires. Bye.